Okay, so we will talk about the spinner, the drop down menu. Okay, and we will also create this particular specific layout, and when we select a different radio button, accordingly this particular specific image will change, and when we click on that particular toast button, then it will show a toast, and we can use the same toast for our drop down menu selection. So let's start our new project. Again, I will stick to that empty, and this is not the my application. We can say that event driven programming demo. Maybe I can put the spaces over there, but that's fine. Event driven programming demo. We are based on all different events, we are trying to program them. We are fine. Marshmallow 6, and then we say finish. So it will create our project. It will take some time before it can configure each and everything. It's configuring the build, loading the build, setting up all those things for that particular project. And when it is done, it will show us that two files, the main activity as well as the layout file. And we will stick to that constraint layout so that we can also perform that particular. Normally it will make a little bit difficult for me to program, but we will try to stick it so that we are not we are doing enough practice on that particular specific constraint layout. Okay, so first of all I want to start with that spinner. Okay, so I say that match parent because I want to cover whole screen, and then I say that it's wrap content, and maybe I just simply do that. I will just try to open that. And the other thing, and remember that we need to show some entries here. In the drop down menu we have a list of items that we want to show. So right now I'm not going to, we have the programming, but let me stick to the simplest one. Okay, so here inside the resource string.xml, strings.xml, I am creating a string. Look, it say that you want to have a string or string array. I want to create a string array. You need to give that particular name, that considered as a name of the array that we can use in our layout file to set the entries. For example, we can say that list, okay, it should be without space, list underscore OS, operating system list. Okay, and then I say this, and inside that particular array I need to add the items. Like we can say that Android, we can also say that Windows, we can, okay, not this one, we can say that Mac, we can say that what else, Linux, we can also say that iOS, what else, I mean, okay, let's stick to that one. So we have listed down, that is a list of the operating systems. So we go back to our here, and then we can select then specific property. And what is that property? Entries. And then because we are talking about the arrays, so look at that, the array that we have created here, array list. So when we select this one, look at that, it starts showing me that Android. Maybe we can select something like text alignment or directions, text alignment center. It go to the center, fine. What else we can do? Maybe I can put some padding inside our, now I'm, remember that I'm putting the padding inside the constraint layout. Okay, so I'm putting the 10 dp, so it will put that particular space around within that particular complete layout. Okay, So we have those entries, fine. Now I want to put that particular image view. I say wrap content, or maybe I can fix the size. Maybe I say that 200 dp by 200 dp. Again, as you know that because we have not put any constraints vertical or horizontal, so that's why it is showing up. For that spinner, we don't need to put any constraint, but we need to provide the ID. The reason is that we want that this particular image view should go below this, so that's why we can say that my drop down menu, my DDM, okay, and then we can simply here we can say that constraint left to the left of the parent, right to the right of the parent, so it becomes center aligned, and I want to put it under that, so we can say that top to the bottom of, so it is coming down on that. Maybe I can put some margin on top, margin top 10 dp, so it will put some space between these two UI components. So I have this one, fine. Again, because we want to access, of course we want to put the radio buttons below this one, okay, so that's why we need to give the ID, but we also need this ID to connect our variable inside our Java code with this particular image view, so that we can change on the click event or on the selected event of that particular radio button, we can change its image property or image resource according to the button that we have selected or clicked on. Okay, so again we need the ID, so we put that particular ID and then we say that my image, fine. So here, because we have given the horizontal as well as the vertical constraints, it does not show me anything here. It will show here the red line, okay, but it is not an error. It will show you that yes, it is something over the complete analysis, one error is found, one warning is found, two type of fonts and something like that, but you don't need to worry much about that. It is automatically resolved at the runtime. Fine. So now we need to put the radio buttons or radio group. First we need to radio group. We say that wrap content and make that orientation. Let me remove that particular orientation, see what is the default orientation. I think it is horizontal, but let me confirm. We put the radio buttons, wrap content. I want to put text. We need to add those image resources as well. So what I do, I will go into my, where are my image resources? Yeah, here we have, these are my image resources. So I will just copy them. I came back to my Android Studio and right click on my drawable folder, and then I say I want to paste. I want to paste in the drawables, not the version like 24, like 24 dp size. They are the normal size, they are bigger one, so we put them in. So look at that, we have those, what you can say that we have those image resources in our. So now we need to give them the texts. So we can start with what? Blastoise. And the other thing is that we need to provide the ID to this one. ID, we can say that RB, it's a radio button. Blastoise, TOISE, Blastoise, What else?
Soaps.
First of all, we need to put that particular image group, radio group under that particular image. So first of all, we say that top to the bottom of my image, so it will go down. And the other thing is I want to align its center align horizontally. So I say that left to the left of parent, and then we say that right to the right of the parent. So it is automatically going this way. Let me put this particular button again. This by default vertical. So the next is Bulbasaur, and then of course we need to change that particular text. Bulbasaur. Fine. Can we change some text properties in the group? Text size? No. Text alignment is there. Text? No. I want to change that one. For example, text size, I say that 25 SP. Text style, as you know that we can put multiple here, bold and italic. We can, we need to put that particular specific pipe sign in between two values, provided that that property allow the multiple values to be selected. So let me, I just keep it like that, it's better. And then I keep that particular property here as well. Okay, so I have this. Fine. By default it is going vertical if we are not selecting that one, so that is fine for us. We don't need to change that particular specific property. Okay, now I just try to copy this particular radio button and paste it. So next one is our Butterfree. The samely we going to change that particular Butterfree. Okay, and then again we are copy pasting these things, and then we have this particular specific Cherry Zard. The same thing is going up here, Cherry Zard. Okay, and then we also have this, then we have Charmander. I just copy this thing here, put it here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we also have the Waterloo, that's the at the end. Water total, huh? War total. Not water or something, it's a war total. It's a war turtle, huh? So we can put that particular specific thing here. And now, as, okay, now we want to put a button. I say wrap content, that's fine. I change that particular specific text size 30 SP, and then I say text color, I say that accent, and then I say text. It's our toast button. Fine. I can also change the background colors of whatever we want to do, that's fine, but the point is we need to put that particular button below this one. How we can do that? We need to put that particular ID here as well. ID, I say that RBG, it's a radio button group, and then we can put those constraints here. I want it center aligned, or maybe I can say that something, the width is match parent. So when it's a match parent, we don't need to make it center aligned, but yes, we can say that top to the bottom of what it should be RBG radio button groups. So it is coming down. Maybe we can put some margin on the top side. Maybe I say that 20 dp, so it is putting some space over there. Right now we have not selected an image, so maybe we can say that one of them, maybe which one, Charizard, We say that source, huh? Which one? Butterfree? Butterfree is fine. Butterfly, everybody likes it, so Butterfree. So now, if we look at that, we have not selected anything. Let me select Butterfree. You know that we can say make it checked, true, and see if it is going to work with us. As I told you that last time, that maybe it is when we change it, it is not going to work. It will always checked. So let's see. We try to use a different virtual device and see if it is working perfectly fine or not. Let's see. Cross our finger. Before we can run that particular, I mean, we are done with particular specific design. As I told you that even without assigning the button, we can assign the click event here. And how we can do that? On, we have a specific property, on click, whenever we are clicking on it. And here we will give the name of the method that is going to handle. For example, I say that my button clicked. Still show me that particular specific. Now we have two different ways. Either I just select this one and go to my class, activity class, and I create a public void, same name that we have used for that particular method, and it is going to receive a view. I enter because it automatically add that particular import statement. When if we don't enter, it is not going to add. So you have to make sure that you press enter, so automatically it add that particular specific import statement. So now, of course, this is a class name. So I say v and look. And now if I go back, look, that red line gone. The reason is that we have created that particular method with a specific signature. Remember that it will be a public method, it will not return anything, and it will receive a view as an input to that particular method. Either you come here, write that method by yourself, okay, and here in this particular method we are just going to show up a small pop-up message. What is that? Toast dot make text. Inside that particular method we give the context. Second, what we want to display. And third is how long we are going to display. I mean, it will pop up and after that it will disappear. We are trying to tell that what will be the time. Again, inside the toast class we have this particular specific long and short properties mentioned, so we can select any of them. I say long and then I say I want to show it. We are not doing anything, we are not doing any rocket science here, we are just simply showing a small pop-up message on that particular click event. Fine? So let's run till now and see how it is going to work. Click on that particular button. Hopefully we will try to select a different one. Which one? We normally use this one. Let me choose this one so that if it's going to work or not, you can understand what is that one? Huh? Your assessment screenshot. So I will not give you the code. So anyway, so look at that. By default, the butterfly is there. When I select the look, now it's working. We didn't do anything. So as I told you last time, on the other emulator it was not working perfectly fine, but here it is working. If it is not working perfectly fine, then you have to do using the code instead of putting that into. So now it is working perfectly fine. So let me go with that. Now what we want, when we click on this close event. So look at this is our first, it show me that particular message, and after that it will disappear. That's fine. Now we want to implement a specific behavior on this one. Again, what we are doing? We are clicking on those radio buttons. If we are clicking on those radio buttons, then we can add the click events. Again, two ways. Here I will try to implement both of them. And what are those? We will see. So maybe for my this one, I put that particular on-click property and give the name of the button, name of the method. Right now it show me the same one. The reason is that that is the exact which is has the same what right signature for such kind of method property. So I say that Blastoise RB clicked. Now either you go to the Java file, create that method, or you can say that if you come here, it's that particular red bulb, you say that create that particular method in the main activity. If you click on that, it will automatically create that method, of course with the empty body. Or you go to the button, or you can just, you are here on that particular specific name of the method and press Alt Enter. Again it will show you that same. So you say create that particular method in my main activity.java class. So look at that, it has created that particular method. So here now what we want to do on the click event, we want to change the image inside our image view. So when we want to change the image inside our image view, it means that we need to access that particular image view object. How we can do that? I am creating an image view, my image, and as I told you, it is not necessarily it should have the same name, just like it can be like image. Fine. And inside our onCreate method, we are initializing it that image is equal to find by view id r.id.myImage. And inside this particular method, we can simply say that set. Sorry, we need to first use the image dot set image resource. Image resource. And how we can get the resource? Look, we have defined these resources. These resources are again has been put inside our if I again open that particular project and we go into the app, into the build, into the generated one, into the source, into the app, no, or yeah, resource, in the rs, no, in the app generated, not debug, this one, yeah, going in the right direction, I hope so. Opaque, and we have this class. So again I say class drawable. So inside the drawable we have those Bulbasaur, but Charizard and so on. So now the resource will be coming from the r.drawable dot, this was Blastoise, inside the R class resources we have the nested class drawable. Inside we have defined those specific resources, resource names that are available as a constant integer value. So each and every resource, each and every object is represented by a unique integer value inside our Android project, and we can access them using those IDs, using those resource or unique integer values. And because we can't remember the integer values, for us these are the names, name of that particular resource file. Understand? So we can set this one. Now we can repeat the same for everyone. Click event for this one, 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 click event for this one. Do you think it's a good idea? Programming perspective. Good programming practices. If else. We should have something case or switch statement or the if else statement. If we can some way to find out that which specific radio button has been clicked and we have only one method to implement. Okay, so I keep it like that for this Blastoise. And the other method is that we can, how we can implement the click event. A little bit trickier, but that's always possible. For example, we say that radio button RB, and then here we say that RB is equal to find by ID R dot ID dot, what was the second form? Bulbasaur? RB Bulbasaur. Now what I am doing? I create a radio button object variable and assign that radio button to that particular radio button object which exists in our memory. Now I can say that RB dot set on click listener. Look what it is taking at, it's on click listener. I take as an input. So we say that on new on click listener. Look, actually it is creating the same object. Public does not return anything, take a view. But now we are assigning it to this one. And for that I just try to put one more thing here, that I am calling another method here. I make it public void RB event or RB radio button clicked event, and it take a view as a input. And here we are not performing anything, but we are just calling this particular method RB radio button, and then we pass that particular V which is coming here. But this is another way that how we can, or variable name dot set on click listener, we create a new on click listener which has been attached to this particular radio button. Understand? And here I am just calling this particular method. And for all other, we have handled this one, we have handled this one. Now for all other, I will just put the same method on click listener, and then I say that my radio button RB clicked event. Fine. On click RB clicked event. Same method. On click RB clicked event. On click and RB clicked event. So for all I am using the same method to handle the things. Of course, ideally we will be having all 6 of them should be handled by here, but we have already handled the Blastoise here. So here we are going to. Now the point is how we can differentiate that which specific radio button has been clicked. What is this? View. And what is the radio button? It is also it's a radio button, but it is also a subclass of the view. So actually the view that is coming here, that is actually view or the UI component on which that specific click event has been performed. So this view must have its ID with it. We have assigned the IDs to them, yes or no? And we can simply put the if statement, if the ID that is coming from this particular specific view, it is equal to the ID that we have defined in r.id. If they are equal, we will perform a specific function on that. So simply we can say that if view dot get ID, from view we are getting the ID. If it is equal r.id dot, what is second one? Bulbasaur. Blastwise we have already handled. So Bulbasaur. If it is equal to this one, we perform a specific function. Else if view dot get ID is double equal to r dot ID, because these are the method. So what is that? Butterfly, butterfree, and then we have else if. Yes, you can do that. What if I do something like this? Okay, let me put it here like that. And what if I just simply say that I want to put a switch here, which is will make my the programming more easier. I want to put a switch on what? View dot get ID, and we have case. What is the case? R dot ID dot Bulbasaur. Okay, and we put a break, and then we have case R dot ID dot that should be capital 1 R butterfree, and put a column break. Then we say case R dot ID dot, what is that? Bulbasaur, Charizard. Okay, Charizard break. Then we say case R dot ID dot Charmander, and then we put over there case R dot ID dot Wartortle. Okay, and then we say break. We also need to put a break here. You know what does that mean? I mean, for example, if I have not put the break, what will happen? It will start executing all the code which is below this one until this particular break. And what is the default case? We can simply say that toast is equal dot make text, that is the context, the message, unknown ID, and toast dot short and dot make show. Okay, so this is the default case, and then of course we need to put a break here. What we want to do here, just like we have here image dot set, so it's the same thing we are doing. We say that image dot set image source r dot drawable, not now we are not using the drawable dot Bulbasaur because it's a Bulbasaur's case, and I will just try to copy this particular part, and then he say that butterfree, then we say that Charizard, then we say that Charmander, and here we say that Wartortle. So now it's totally up to you. You want to if, else if, else if, else if, else if, or you want to use. They are doing exactly the same. There are different way to code those things. Let me put it on inside, like I put it as a comment, so that because once I will upload it, you will have the reference whether you are using the if, else if, else if, else if, or you're using the switch. They are both exactly doing the same thing. Okay, so I think that we are all set. We have put this particular over there. We have all those things over there till now. Fine. So let me run this particular code and try to use the same virtual machine to work with that. Butterflies So you can see with my change it is working. And okay, we can also say something like that we want to create a button btn, and then we can initialize that particular btn is equal to find by view id r dot id dot button. Where is my, okay, we have not assigned the id to that particular button, so let me first assign the id. Okay, mbtn. Okay, so we can say that dot mbtn, and then we can say that btn dot set on click listener, new on click listener. Okay, and here what we are trying to do, we are calling this method again, this one rb clicked, rb even clicked, and pass the v. Now you know that it will match the default one. And remember that we have put the on click event as well for that particular button. So now we actually were assigning 2 on click listeners. Understand? You understand my point? Let's see how it goes. Two on click listeners. So are they going to work both of them? Unknown ID. Actually, they are both trying to show that toast. So
They will run switch case.
I know that they are running the switch case, but we also have assigned that particular on click listener. Understand? Now the point is, are they both running or not? So let me test. What is that test? I put a text view here. Text view. I say wrap content, and then we say that text to click event handlers. Okay, I'm just putting over there, and I want to left to the left of parent, right to the right of the parent, and then we say that top should go to the bottom of that particular mbtn. Where is mbtn? Okay, so it is coming top to the bottom of okay, height is it should be in wrap content. Maybe I can change the text size. We say a text size 30 sp, text style bold, and text color, maybe I can say that primary dark, so it become green. Okay, and we also assign the id so that we can change the values here. So we can say that mtv, m text view, so we can put that particular text view here. I mean, here I am making all those variables global variables inside the class. I mean, you can make it the local one, no problem, that's totally up to you. I'm making it text view, that is TV, and then we are setting them that TV is equal to find by view id r dot id dot mtv. And now instead of showing that particular toast, okay, what we are trying to do, we are, I just put it here on the click event, I'm putting that TV dot set text. We are changing the text inside it. Button clicked event as on click property. Then we will be able to make sure that actually they are both running or they are only one is running. So when I click on that, to click event handler. So it means that if we are assigning this particular button with that particular specific property, then only the inside the code that we have assigned, that is only thing that is running right now. Okay, it is not changing the value here. That is what we are doing in this particular method. Set text view button clicked event on the on click property. So it is not working. It is not running. Only one is running. You understand my point? Okay.
Is it because of on, it is defined inside the onCreate method? Is it because of that?
No.
So
No, it's not.
if you define that one onCreate listener outside this onCreate method,
How we can define it? Look, that code, sorry, not this one. This code should be going somewhere, but where? In which method? Put it in the class? No. Where we want to put it? Understand? So we have to put somewhere that code. So whenever you are running this particular code, it will override that other property, that on-click property. Because the click listener can be only one. If it is only one, then it is actually we are setting that particular on click listen property here. Okay, so if we have put it something over inside our object, it will go and change that particular property and assign it to the new method. Understand? So let me put this as a comment and then run our program. Button clicked event as a click property is working perfectly fine. Okay, so the other things are also working fine. It's a little bit taking some time to respond back. Okay, so now we will, we have this particular specific. So let me handle that click event here as well. So we have assigned the ID here to that our my drop down or M drop down menu. M drop down, okay, keep it like that, otherwise I have to change from the other part as well. So we can say that we have a spinner SP, and then we can assign inside our, we can initialize that one. SP is equal to find by view ID r.id dot my ddm, and then we say that sp dot set on item click listener, not on click listener. We are clicking on the item which is inside that particular. So we can say that on item clicks listener, new on item click listener. So look at that. Now it has certain values inside it, yeah, which has specific view. Of course, that represents the spinner itself. The position, if you look at that particular specific array that we have put, not the styles, I need to go into the strings way. So we have, this is the index value 0, this is the index value 1, this is the index value 3, this is the index value 4, this is the index value 5. So that position on which that specific click event has been performed, that is coming as an input, the position. You understand? And now I want to get that particular position and show it on the toast. Do you understand my point? On which we clicked on the Linux, or you selected the operating system Linux, or you selected operating system Linux, selected operating system Windows, and so on. I want to show that particular message in the toast. So again, in this particular method, whether, now it's totally up to you. You want to write that method here, or you want to create another private method here outside of that particular onCreate method. Like I say that private It can be a private because this condition has been already been. Now I can make a private void was a drop down menu item selected, and of course it will take the position. I'm not interested in the other part of that one, so I say that okay, just keep it like that. I'm only interested in that particular position so that I can extract the information. So here I can say that DDM and I give the position, pass it down. Now what we want to make a toast, make text this, and then we say that message. What is the message? Get resources dot we need to find out the way that how we can get string array. Okay, so when you get string array, we need to provide that r dot, that is also a string, so we need that array dot list of the operating system. So what we are saying get from the resources, get the string array. Which string array? Again, that particular string array that we have defined, that name, it has been defined inside my R class under the nested class array with the name list OS. And then here, if I just try to give this one dot get string array. Look, if you look at that method, we have provided the ID, that is r dot array dot list underscore OS, and it is returning me a string array. Understand? So r dot array dot list of OS, and here because it is an array, I can put the index value, that is the position. It's a string which will come it will concatenate it with the other selected operating system is this, and then we say that toast dot short, and here we can say that show. Cross our fingers, everything is working perfectly fine. Okay. Event driven programming has stopped, so we have some problem. I got it. So let's have, what is the logcat? Logcat. So we are trying to find out we only want to see the error messages. So it will show me could not load, directory does not exist. Okay, .apk cannot be used with the spinner set on click listener. It means that it is not the right method that we are trying to implement. So we keep this one there. Actually, this is the problem here, that set item on clicks, set item selected. Let me see. Okay, so this is not the right method which belongs to that spinner. So sp dot, we have that item set item on item click listener, no. Drop down menu, set enabled, set. Okay, let me see if I'm it's an adapter view on click listener, on item click listener. That is the point. We are not supposed to. Let me go with that, and it is giving me the error message. Show me. on click listener. I say enter. You want to import class. What is that import class? Is there? So import class
Adapter.
adapter view. I don't want to do that actually. It should be coming from the. Okay, let me remove this particular specific part and see that new on item, not adapter view. It is giving me only option. Let me put that particular toast here. If I'm just trying to, I mean, this is the same thing that we are trying to do, but again we can say that get context, get application context dot, not this one. So actually here we say that get application context. That's fine. Reason is that we are inside that particular listener method. Here we don't have the access to the context of the application, so we are trying to get the context of the application here, and then let me check if it is working or not. Maybe it is asking that we should provide all those, handle all those things, but let me see. No, it's the same thing that's happening over there. So what is the problem here? Activity long on set on click listener cannot be used with a spinner. On item click listener. Java runtime exception. On item selected or let me see. I mean, we just need to look at that specific event that we want to manage with that. Okay, let me. Okay, yeah. How to handle item selection in the spinner. Everything is recorded, huh? So we can say that set on item selected listener. What we are implementing on item click listener, or we need to find on item selected listener. Okay, so let's see sp dot, where is that? I mean, here we don't show it.
They don't have to view the first selection, possible selection.
Here we are saying that set on item selected listener. Okay, set on item selected listener, and then we say that new on item selected listener, and then here we are like on nothing selected. I mean, if it is nothing selected, then what you want to do, and but of course we want to call this particular dd selected, and we pass the position. So let's see how it goes. What? So like selected item is Mac, and of course if we are not selecting anything, for example, I click on that one, and then later on I click here. Right now it is not doing anything, but maybe we can put something, some toast message over there as well. Nothing selected or something like that. It will call the other method on the other hand. So it is not the on item clicked listener, it is on item selected listener that we need to implement. That's the only thing that we need to change. Okay, so that is the event driven programming, how we can handle those events, how we can access those objects which are created during the on create method. Whenever we are creating that particular on create method, and we can set the content view, it will create all the objects which are available, which are present in that particular activity underscore main. And now using those particular IDs that we have assigned to each and every object inside our layout file, we can access them and attach them with our variable names, and using those variable names we can change their properties, we can allocate, we can assign them some event listeners and so on. And remember that we only have the on click property. So on click event we can assign them inside our layout file. On item selected, on mouse over, these are not at all present in the property list. So you have to set those kind of events using this particular code. Okay, so that is the only way. If you want to handle multiple events with the same object, then you have to go with the coding and attach the event handlers for different events with that particular object. There is no other way that you can select all those properties over there, and then you can, like if I go back here and then we don't have on, we have only one property on, no other property is there on. Or maybe I can say that item list items, there's no property there that on item selected listener. So you have to go through with that particular code to assign that particular specific event handlers to different events. On click listener, that is the only exception that we have here that we can assign within our layout file. Okay, so that is the demonstration for our event handling, accessing all those objects within our Java code, and how we can change the properties and so on. So